Hi guys, welcome back to another one. For those of you that are new around here, my name's Tin. I'm from Pitchbook Property, where we build wealth by property investment. We find properties for you so you don't have to. If you're thinking about buying a property in southwest London, 3 key areas tend to come to mind: Wimbledon, Kingston, and New Malden. But which one's the right fit for you? In this video, we'll break down the house prices, rental demand, living costs, and transport links to see where you get the best value. And if you're looking for a new build, today we're going to check out Sterling Place in Raynes Park, developed by Barratt London, which offers an interesting mix of affordability and connectivity. Let's go. Okay, so let's talk numbers. In Wimbledon, a decent 2-bed flat will set you back around £600,000 to £800,000. In Kingston, you're looking at roughly £550,000 to £700,000. In New Malden, you could get an older style 2-bed for less than £500,000. But in places like Raynes Park just behind me, a new development, for example, Sterling Place, 2-beds start from £500,000. Sterling Place is a standout because it's only 10 minutes walk to Raynes Park station behind me. So on to cost of living now, which is a hot topic at the moment. So depending on where you live, you're going to have to pay council tax. If you're an investor, your tenant will pay for it. If you're buying for self-use, as an owner-occupier, you would be paying for it. Now in Wimbledon, it would come under the Merton council tax. You'd be paying £1,500 per year. And if we compare that to Kingston, that would be under the Kingston upon Thames Council. And for Band D, you would be paying £2,200 a year. So for example, where I'm sat at the moment in Sterling Place, developed by Barratt, however, because it just sits within the Merton boundary, you actually would pay Merton council tax rates. So using the same banding, Band D, you would pay £1,500 per year for your council tax. Another cost to consider would be service charges. Now, depending on what you buy, if you bought a house, which was a freehold, then typically you wouldn't have any service charges associated with it. If you bought a Victorian conversion, you may or may not have any service charges. Now, I have a flat in Kingston which doesn't have any amenities, and you'd think that you'd be paying low service charges. This is actually not true. I only have a lift in there and the service charge is ridiculous. It's actually £3,000 for a 2-bed apartment. Sterling Place, however, sits at a sweet spot because for £2.80 per square foot, you do get facilities. You get your gym, concierge, podium gardens, to name a few. Other hidden costs to consider: parking. If you bought a new build apartment, sometimes you would be given the option to buy a parking space. Now, if you ask me personally, if you're buying a 2-bed or above, I would definitely recommend getting a parking space. Now, if you bought an older style property, you may have to get a parking permit. So let's say you bought a Victorian house, you would have to apply to the council to get a parking permit. For the landlords out there, you're going to want to know about this. 1-beds in Wimbledon typically rent out for £1,800 to £2,200 per month, giving you an average rental yield of 4%. Now in Kingston, they typically rent out for £1,600 to £2,000 per month, giving you an average rental yield of 4.5%. Now in New Malden, this is the hidden gem, you typically would get £1,400 to £1,800 for a 1-bedroom, giving you rental yields of roughly 5% plus. For experienced investors always looking in southwest London, you guys already know that Wimbledon and Kingston, these are established areas. So you're always looking for pockets of opportunity. New Malden is a good choice and definitely one that you should consider. Having rented properties out in Kingston and Wimbledon, I can safely say that the demand is always there. I've never had to experience a long void. Okay, fair enough, I would experience a void of around 7 to 10 days, but that's probably tenancy changeover and I wanted to do a bit of work. But the demand is definitely strong in Wimbledon and Kingston. Now, New Malden presents an opportunity because I have found that tenants, when they leave the property, I do ask them, where do you go to? And they do pick areas such as Raynes Park, New Malden, or let's say Norbiton for better value. And with rental demand rising and tenants looking for good value, Sterling Place does present a good opportunity. In terms of transport links, you've got 2 options in Wimbledon. You've got the District Line and the National Rail. And the National Rail will take you into Waterloo within 17 minutes. At Kingston, getting to Waterloo on the train will get you there within 30 minutes. At New Malden, taking the train, that will get you there within 24 minutes. And at Raynes Park, 21 minutes to Waterloo. Now the thing about Stirling Place is it's only 10 minutes walk to Raynes Park station. Now that will get you into Waterloo a lot quicker than Kingston, but at a similar time to Wimbledon. However, the property price at Stirling Place compared to Wimbledon and Kingston is a lot more affordable. Oh, and for those that travel by car, you've got the A3 just round the corner. So getting outside of London and into London, piece of cake. So where does Stirling Place fit into all of this? Well, if you're looking for a property in southwest London, this is probably the best value new build out there. It's got a good balance between connectivity, price, and modern living. So here you have 1, 2, and 3 bedroom apartments. 2 beds start from roughly £500,000. You have private balconies and landscape gardens. So if you're looking for a high spec apartment in southwest London, but you don't want to pay the Wimbledon or Kingston prices, you've got to consider this one. So if you're looking to buy in southwest London, where would you choose? Would you choose Wimbledon? Prices are high, but you do get the prestige and of course the transport links. Would you choose Kingston? You've got the riverside lifestyle, connectivity, but prices are on the rise. Or do you go for Raynes Park / New Malden, where you've got great value, transport links are decent? Where would you choose? Let us know in the comments below. Hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll see you on the next one.